if we're able to look at all of the data in a population, and let's say that there are n data points, we know that we can come up with several parameters here. We can figure out the mean of the population, and we can also figure out the variance of the population. And the way that we would figure out the variance is we would take the sum where we're looking at each of the data points. So we'd start with the first data point and go all the way to the nth data point, where capital N is the size of our population. And for each of them, we're going to take that data point, subtract out the population mean and square it, and then divide by the total size of the population. So essentially, each of these, this is the squared distance from the mean, and we're finding the mean of the squared distances from the mean. This is how we define population variance. Now we also know that we often don't have access to all of the data in a population. Sometimes it's impossible to get all of the data in the population. And because of that, in a lot of statistics, we try to just get a sample that is indicative of the population, a random sample. And that random sample, let's say it has size n, lowercase n, where lowercase n is smaller than capital N, oftentimes a lot smaller. And we know that we can calculate statistics that are estimating the parameters for the population. We can come up with the sample mean, which is trying to estimate what the population mean is. And we can also come up with a sample variance. Now this is where it gets interesting, and this is the purpose of this challenge. When you look at sample variance, it might be natural to calculate the sample variance the same way you calculate the population variance. Essentially figure out the variance of the sample. So there's a temptation to say, okay, maybe the sample variance, and I'll write it with this notation. Maybe the sample variance, we should just go through each of the items in the sample up to the lowercase nth item, and take each of the items, subtract out the sample mean, square it, and then divide by the number of items. So it's completely analogous. But it turns out, and as we learn in statistics, that this is actually a biased estimate. And it tends to underestimate the variance. So this is biased. And we also know that the best unbiased, or the unbiased estimate, is almost the same, but instead of dividing by n, we divide by exactly n minus 1. So the true, if we're really trying to estimate the population variance, we want to calculate it this way. We still take the same sum. Of the squared distances for each of the items in our population, but we divide by n minus 1. And that n minus 1 is the best estimator of our population variance. Not n minus pi, not n minus 2, not n minus 0.5. It is n minus 1. So what I want you to attempt to do in this challenge is to show experimentally that this is truly the best estimator, and the better visuals you have, the better. And I could imagine several ways to do this, but I really want your creative juices to flow and think of even better ways to do it. I could imagine you could randomly generate a population, and then you could take multiple samples of that population and multiple times try to come up with the sample variance. Obviously, if you randomly generate that population, you can come up with the parameters for that, and then you can randomly sample that population. It would be fun for the users to be able to tweak the lowercase n, the sample size, or maybe you can do it for multiple sample sizes, but you do it multiple times. And to show that when you do that, this is giving you a much better estimate when you do n minus 1 than when you do n. It would be even cooler if you were to compare n minus 1 to n, or n minus 2, or n minus 0.5, to really give us at least empirical evidence that dividing by n minus 1 is an unbiased estimator. So have fun. This is the first time we've ever done this at the Khan Academy, to see what the users can create in terms of a really cool simulation, a really cool visualization, and I'm excited by what we find.